Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and we're going to be breaking down the priority when it comes to building out the beast. Now, if you're like me on this account, we have all of the beast resonance already up to level 18. So once you do get beast to 18, and I know there are a lot of players that are already at that point, there is actually a very big priority to pretty much all of the beasts that we have right now in AFK Arena. We know the Awakened Beast is going to be coming pretty soon, but I want to break down the guide of what exactly do you do. And as we can see right here, guys, I am almost at 9,000 baits. I wish I could hand them out to you. I wish I could gift them to one of the viewers, but overall, we're going to have to go through utilizing this guide and making sure we're building out the beast exactly how we need to maximize and prioritize this. So let's go ahead and bring up this guide and we're going to break this down. So looking at the guide, this is the level 18 plus guide for the pets or the beasts by Rockaday and Arkman. Absolutely phenomenal on the guides. And I want to really focus on a couple different things in here because as we start kind of focusing in on a hero like the Panda Dumpty or a beast like the Panda Dumpty, you can see how you need to build the panda and how you're going to utilize and build the panda really based on everything and based on all of the different usage. So right here, we know the usage rate of the Panda Dumpty is 100%. Then we have the three classifications. So we have the strength, we have the intelligence, we have the agility in here to actually build up. And if you're familiar with how the pets or how the beasts are built, there is a really big correlation to the teams that are using specific beasts and how they are being built. So you notice right in here within the branch strength, top tier is going to be in the intelligence field, meaning that when you're building out the Panda Dumpty, when you're looking at this beast specifically, you want to build it specifically for first. Once you get to 18, building it out right here for the intelligence, which is used in the Cursed Realm, the Nightmare Corridor, and the Treasure Scramble. And then you also notice very good in a couple other ones. This really gives you a priority. Now, these are very similar priorities to what we see with like a specific hero and how we're going above and beyond that 9 of 9 furniture. If you should build like the top furniture, the large furniture, the mid, or so on and so forth, it's kind of the same thought behind it. Because when you look over here on the notes, Panda Dumpty is the most used and probably most impactful pet that we have. Gives crit damage amplification, damage immunity, and removes the crit damage amplification cap. Now, we have seen the caps increase in the game itself for a lot of different game modes, which really makes a huge difference. Like Rakude and Arkman were talking about, since it's boss heavy content, absolutely and completely OP with the level 18. This is the reason why, addition to guides and things of that nature, why we talk about building out and having your beasts up to level 18. There are a lot of ones, including the Panda Dumpty, that really do shine when they hit 18. You really see the beast just go to a really parabolic level, wanting to be used. And then we have the Treat Spectator. I love the Treat Spectator, a very controversial beast. But as you can see right here, guys, it is still based on the intelligence in here, the top tier when it comes to the branch strength, both the Cursed Realm and the Treasure Scramble. Now, this is another one when you look at these pets, it's pretty good at everything, but he is being used everywhere. Intelligence is really good. And when you start thinking about intelligence heroes, this is kind of the trade-off too, is a lot of your support heroes are intelligence based, and a lot of heroes just in general are intelligence based, meaning a lot of places where we're still seeing best in slot with support heroes, best in slot with intelligence based heroes, they will do incredibly well and they will be top tier. And you'll notice as we go through this, a majority of the beasts are top tier when it comes to intelligence, good and average in a couple other ones. But even thinking down here with the trickery chest, one of the latest releases, 90.8% usage rate. Again, when you look at intelligence, it is top tier across the board because there are so many things and really one of the best pets used everywhere, used in the meta. And when we start looking at fundamentally what beasts do, that is where it's kind of crazy because even the Treat Spectator does a bit of everything: attack buff, attack debuff, cheat deaths in there, and even the trickery chest itself, energy regeneration, damage buffs, cheat death. Super volatile when it comes to these, and it's incredible. Just, I mean, when we had 5 heroes in AFK Arena, and then they introduced the beast system. At this point of the beast system, they are such a big priority within AFK Arena, almost as a 6th hero that we do have within formations. So as we continue down here, we have the Flutter Plume Owl, really a super solid option widely used, still one of the big meta pets. And you also have to think though, is when you start getting into, running 5 or 6 teams or even 7 teams, you need a lot of these beasts built up, and you need them built up incredibly well. And this gives you kind of that general guideline, which is a good meta formation for following. And also, when we start building out the beasts even a little bit earlier, it does make a big difference with some of these very top tier beasts and how well they perform. Even looking here at the Flutter Plume Owl, really good beast to invest in, extending duration, shorting enemy buffs, giving insight in there, controls enemies, increases damage, gives damage and crowd control immunity, extending battle duration. There are so many things that some of these beasts do. Again, the list just kind of goes on and on. That's why we need guides like this to make sure that we're building exactly who we need to. Now, the shocking one in here, and I'm not going to run through all of them, is right here, guys. When it comes to the slumbering seal, you can see very good in a couple different places. Usage definitely a little bit until you get to the treasure scramble. The treasure scramble is just super, super broken. It is the 6th unit in the team. We've said this since release. And honestly, when you look at the team, there are some treasure scramble teams that this is absolutely best in slot when it comes to like the awakened version of Thorin and a couple other ones. That way the beast is just doing a crazy amount of damage. But you'll notice what the big drawback is, there are a few ones like the Nightmare Corridor. It is not going to build up enough beast energy. It is not going to do enough damage in a very, very short, about 7 to 15 second time frame before you actually have it. And that is where like crowd control right here with the Ice Crown does really good in PvP when you start thinking of the shorter duration. And especially here, because we also do have bosses, doesn't make a big difference. And even some of these don't really work. The only one down here, Fox Fatale, still does pretty well within campaign formations. I still see the utility of the beast there, but as far as bigger picture, which this is really focusing on, makes a big difference on building these. Now we're going to have to see exactly what the impact looks like when it comes to the awakened beast that we got, the Pegasus. Looks like it's going to be just absolutely broken in so many places, including it has so many abilities and so many level abilities out of there. Again, it's going to be super interesting to see exactly what it looks like with all of those abilities that we have within the beast itself. Now within here, like I said, building out some of these, you can see we focused and we put one extra build into strength, one extra build right here into agility, and we did max this out in its entirety. So even though, the guide is relatively new, we had a lot of these beasts and we have been building out a lot of these beasts in the entirety. And the slumbering seal, I just kind of left in here in the entirety, which again, kind of thinking of the guide itself, getting the treat spectator, getting the trickery chest, getting the panda in there. So even dropping out some of these. And I didn't see the new beast. I don't know anywhere that the new beast right here, the Thimsissel, I think, I forget the name of the beast, because unfortunately it's gotten to the point where, yeah, this Thistlekin, we're not seeing this beast used anywhere yet. I think that's why it's probably not included, unless I just totally blanked and missed it on here. But I do not believe it's being used anywhere as it sits. So the beast, unfortunately, is just kind of a flop at that point. Again, because we're not seeing it any place. And even in here, I might even drop out the Panda Dumpty just for the fact that we already do have the Panda pretty well built. I know some of the other tiers are pretty good or very good, but looking at a couple, looking at the Owl that we had in there, Treat Spectator, Trickery Chest, even building these up a little bit further. So putting in our Trickery Chest in there. And it's funny because they always do look a little bit different, because these are the baby versions of them. But I know the Treat Spectator, which is the little ghoulish looking guy, which for some reason, oh, there it is. We can put all these in here. I mean, we can do the summons. We also do have 4, as you can see, sitting right over here, just to build these up a little bit further. We're going to continue working through and getting all of the summons in here just to finish these out in the entirety and getting these beasts up to a higher level to really min-max within a bunch of different game modes. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.